Hello friends. Welcome to our another brand new video. In this video we're going to describe you the full story of a Zen master on the lesson Nothing's to Get. An enlightened Zen monk runs into a novice from another monastery and answers his question about what he got from his own monastery, nothing. A disciple who belonged to the 6th Zen sect joined a monastery called Koxi and attained enlightenment under the master's guidance. The master asked him to go around the world, so he began his travels. In one city, a student from another monastery met him and asked, "Where are you coming from?" "I am coming from the Koxi monastery that belongs to the 6th sect," said the enlightened disciple. "What did you get in that monastery?" "There was nothing there which I did not already have before joining Koxi," said the disciple. "Then why did you go there?" "If I had not gone there, how would I have known that there was nothing there that I did not have before?" Enlightenment is not getting hold of something, not leaping and attaining a target, not reaching a mountain peak. It is just realizing the self, that's all. When you realize the truth that is already there, we call it realization. It is just like there was something always in front of your eyes, but you missed it, and now suddenly you noticed it. You can create a lie, but you cannot create a new truth. You can only delve into something that is already there and realize it. This is enlightenment or liberation. Just to realize that there is something called knowing, you need to go to someone who is fully realized. Otherwise, you will imagine something on your own and believe that you know everything. In other words, you must first know that you do not know what enlightenment means. The problem is, people don't even understand that they do not know. My childhood problem was that I did not know a thing. If I took a leaf in my hands, I would sit for hours just looking at it. If they gave me a glass of water to drink at home, I would sit there for hours just staring at it without drinking. I used to sit up in my bed and stare at the darkness the entire night. I always kept staring at something or the other. Only if you know that you do not know, will you start longing to know that which you do not know. Now, the possibility of knowing the unknown will arise. People around me thought that I had some kind of psychological problem. Others thought that some ghost or evil spirit had possessed me. But in reality, because I did not know anything, I just kept staring at anything my eyes fell on. I did not know any other way to find out about things. Meanwhile, the people around me looked like they knew everything. And they seemed to be living happily because of their knowledge. They knew about everything that is here and even about things that are not visible to the eyes. They knew God. They knew what heaven was. They knew the entire cosmos. I heard a lot about people claiming to speak to gods and gods speaking to them. I grew interested in knowing what happened to people and how they behaved after meeting and talking with God. So I sat outside the temple many times and looked intently at people who went in and came out. But the people who came out of the temple looked interested only in gossiping about people, spreading and listening to rumors. The purpose of going to the right guru or master is not to get something new. It is to get his help to realize something that is within you, but you did not notice. At Indian temples, it is common for your footwear to walk away with somebody else. So I have seen people who lost their footwear cursing God very intensely. It seemed to me that people who walked out of restaurants looked happier and more satisfied than those coming out of temples. Divine versus dosa, it was dosa that always won. At that point in time, I did not know what was divine or what was the nature of the divine. And of course, I also liked dosa. But I was assured that whatever was the source of the creation, it must be a far bigger phenomenon than a dosa. But in fact, it was the dosa that gave people more fulfillment. I felt something was fundamentally wrong with this situation. It took some time for me to realize that in reality, nobody knew anything. They just derived satisfaction from their imagination. Because of ready-made explanations and beliefs, human beings are not even ready to accept that they do not know. Only if you know that you do not know, will you start longing to know that which you do not know. Now, the possibility of knowing the unknown will arise. The purpose of going to the right guru or master is not to get something new. It is to get his help to realize something that is within you, but you did not notice. What was possible for me is also possible for you. It is also possible for your neighbor and even your enemy. You don't have to acquire something new. You have to uncover what is already within you. One evening, during his travels, the enlightened disciple found himself in a small village. The villagers were excited to meet a monk who had traveled from faraway places and had attained enlightenment. They gathered around him and asked, "What is the secret to your peace and wisdom?" The disciple smiled and said, "The secret is that there is no secret. Everything you need is already within you. You simply need to realize it." An old man in the crowd asked, "But how can we realize something we do not know we have?" The disciple replied, "You must first accept that you do not know. In accepting your ignorance, you open yourself to true knowledge. This journey requires patience, introspection, and the guidance of a wise teacher who can help you see what you have overlooked." Another villager asked, "But why do so many people go through life without realizing this truth?" The disciple answered, "People are often too busy chasing external achievements and validations. They believe happiness lies in acquiring wealth, status, or possessions. In this pursuit, they forget to look within. They become so entangled in their desires and fears that they lose sight of their true nature." A young woman then asked, "How can we begin this journey of realization?" The disciple advised, "Start by observing your thoughts and actions. Practice mindfulness in everything you do. When you eat, be fully present with your food. When you walk, feel each step. When you speak, be aware of your words. Gradually, this awareness will deepen, and you will start to see beyond the surface of things." The villagers thanked the disciple for his wisdom. As he continued his journey, he encountered many more seekers, each with their own questions and struggles. He patiently guided them, knowing that the path to enlightenment was unique for each individual, but always rooted in the same fundamental truth: the answers lie within. Years later, the disciple returned to the Kaxi monastery. His master welcomed him back and asked about his travels. "I have seen many places and met many people," the disciple said. "I have shared the teachings you imparted to me. The most important lesson I have learned is that the journey of enlightenment is endless. There is always more to uncover, more to realize." The master nodded in agreement. Indeed, enlightenment is a continuous process. It is not a final destination, but an ever-unfolding experience of truth and awareness. Remember, as you have learned, the essence of enlightenment is simplicity and presence in each moment. With that, the disciple continued his practice, ever deepening his understanding and living the truth he had realized, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and enlightenment. So if you like the video, then please hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can bring more videos like this.